Hello everybody, welcome back. I am the Exam Mastery host, your virtual guide to cybersecurity and the CompTIA CySA Plus journey. Whether you are prepping for the certification or are just curious about defending the digital world, you are in the right place. Every week we break down complex security topics into simple, actionable insights to help you grow as a cybersecurity analyst. Let's build your skills, boost your confidence, and stay ahead of threats together. If you find value here, consider subscribing and sharing your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about MITRE ATT&CK implementation, threat framework mapping. What is MITRE ATT&CK? MITRE ATT&CK is a globally recognized framework that catalogs cyber attacks, behaviors. It's like a playbook of how adversaries operate, breaking down their actions into what they're trying to do to achieve, like gaining access or stealing data, and techniques how they would do it, like phishing or privilege escalation. It was developed by MITRE ATT&CK. ATT&CK provides a structured way to understand, detect, and respond to threats across various platforms, including Windows, Linux, macOS, cloud, and mobile. For CySA Plus, Domain 3.1 it's a critical tool for mapping threats to improve detection and response. It is a game changer because it maps attacks behavior, improves detection, enhances response, supports compliance, drives threat intelligence. Key components, we have tactics, which is the initial access, the execution, the persistence, the privilege escalation, the exfiltration. We have the techniques, which are the type of technique that they're using, which could be phishing, command and scripting, interpreter, external remote access, and there's a lot more than just these. These are just some examples of what you could see. Sub-techniques provide, sub-techniques. So it's techniques inside of techniques, right? So phishing, or a malicious link, but they try and put a crypto mine or something like that. That would explain what's actually happening after the attack. Like, one could be, they send a phishing email, or that sends you to a download link, right? And then you download that crypto malware, right? Procedures, right? Procedures are the specific way attackers implement techniques often tied to real-world campaigns. How to implement the attack framework, right? Understand your environment. What to do, inventory assets, web servers, cloud services, endpoints, and identify critical systems. Tools. Use asset management tools like ServiceNow or vulnerability scanners like Nessus. Example, map a web application running on AWS EC2 as a potential target. Map threats to attack vulnerabilities, right? What to do. Correlates vulnerabilities, incidents, or alerts to attack tactics and techniques. Process. Use SIEM, Splunk, or EDR CrowdStrike to analyze logs. Match observed behaviors to attack techniques. Suspicious PowerShell activity, right? Example, a phishing email with malicious link maps to spear phishing link because they're trying to get a specific person to run this malware. That's what it means when it means spear phishing, because they're trying to spear phish for that specific fish, right? That's going to help them. So they'll do reconnaissance, stuff like that, to figure out how to reach this person, right? Enhanced detection. What to do. Create or refine detection rules based on attack techniques. Tools. Configure SIEM rules, IDS, IPS signatures, or EDR alerts to detect specific behaviors. Set a Splunk alert for PowerShell execution to catch unauthorized scripts. Test defenses. Simulate attacks using attack techniques to validate detection and response capabilities. Use red team tools like Metasploit or Cobalt Strike to emulate techniques. Example, valid accounts. Example, test if your IDS detects external remote services by simulating RDP abuse. Improve response. What to do. Use attack to guide incident response by identifying attackers' tactics and predicting next steps. Process. If you detect phishing, expect execution and prepare to block or isolate affected systems. Example, contain a compromised endpoint after detecting to prevent. These are numbers, right, that relate to certain vulnerabilities, right? And T1003 is credential dumping. Leverage threat intelligence. What to do. Use attack to contextualize threat intelligence from sources like CySA, MITRE's Attack Navigator, or Xpost. Example, a CySA alert about ransomware using data encrypted for impact. informs your mitigation strategy. Document and report. What to do. Map incidents to attack and reports for stakeholders or compliance audit. Details include tactics, techniques, and mitigation steps. Example, document a phishing incident as with mitigations like email filtering for PCI DSS compliance. So we have tools, MITRE ATT&CK Navigator, SIEM systems, EDR platforms, threat intelligence platforms, red team tools, and vulnerability scanners. Best practices for MITRE ATT&CK implementation. Start with common techniques like phishing and command and scripting. Customize for your environment. Integrate with tools. Simulate attacks, stay updated, train your team, and practice in labs. Why this matters for the CySA Plus. You need to understand how to map threats to MITRE ATT&CK tactics and techniques. The role of attack in detection, response, and threat intelligence. How to use attack with tools like SIEM or EDR. The connection to compliance standards like NIST or PCI DSS. Mastering attack implementation equips you to understand attacker behavior and protects organizations effectively. Okay, that is going to be it for attack implementation. MITRE ATT&CK implementation. Thank you everybody for watching. Please comment down below any questions, concerns. I really do enjoy reading your comments. Thank you everybody for watching. Bye.